field trip to the news station, you see where it's performed and filmed, and it's like you see the professor, and it's like, whoa, I gotta get this guy's autograph, you know what I mean? It's crazy, yeah, enough of the Camtasia jokes, I see some of my professors out there. They make them angry. So, introducing yourself. So you all know being in the healthcare profession, you go out there, got to introduce yourself properly, make sure people like you, you know what I mean, tell them where you're from. You know, that's an easy thing, I know, but I mean, you know, for a brown dude like me, it can get a little bit complicated. First off, you know, they ask me what's my name, I say Bilal. Okay, but then, you know, usually some people have trouble pronouncing it. I don't really mind how people pronounce my name. I never really correct it. Just say Bilal, whatever. You know, but then some people just say ball or bowl, and that's when I'm just like, call me Bill. You know, just call me Bill. Makes it easy for both of us. Don't mind that. So, you know, but the thing is, like, you know, if you're the Joshua Lewis from, I'm Joshua Lewis from Shepherdstown, West Virginia, or I'm Matt Harris from Pittsburgh, you know, it's easy just to be like that. It slides off. But then people like look at me and they're like, all right, Bilal, where are you from? And then I can just see him look into me, you know, expecting me probably to say, you know, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Pakistan, India, I don't know. But then I'm just like, Beckley. I just like stop and stare to make sure I'm like saying it right. And you're like, no, Bilal, where are you really from? No, that's where I'm really from. I was born and raised in Beckley, West Virginia. Yeah, exactly. So I'm proud of that. So anyways, don't mind that. Okay, that's fine. So it's a stereotype, but we all make stereotypes. I mean, every one of us has made stereotypes at some point or another in our life. In fact, including me, myself. Story goes back to last semester at a block party. We had, at the end of the block party, I met Ogaga, right? Ogaga, Yuri. And I asked Ogaga, I said, Ogaga, I just want to get to know more. I was like, where's your family from? And I'm like, I seriously was like, not being racist, I was like expecting him to say like my family's from Zimbabwe or Nigeria, they go to the US, to DC or New York, something like that. And Ogaga says, you know, actually my family is from a town in southern West Virginia called Bickley. I tell Jeff, and I tell Jeff Cannon, my boy, I tell him like, yo, I was like, Ogaga's just back. He's like, what? He's like, that's a joke, dude, are you serious? I was like, no, he really is. And then he goes and asks Ogaga, he's like, Ogaga, are you shitting us? Like, are you shitting us? Oh yeah. So Ogaga, yeah, he really is. Like, I actually looked it up, he really is from there. I stopped you. Yeah. Sorry to pick on you as well. So, yeah, so we all make stereotypes in one way or another. Goes back, all this talk about Beckley, you actually talk about West Virginia. Everyone knows that Morgantown's a great place, but it's not like the rest of West Virginia. We all know that. Once you leave West Virginia, get on 79, go towards 19. When you start seeing ATVs and tractors and pickup trucks that should have been from the road like 15 years ago, you know what I mean? Those type of pickup trucks, you're like, why is this still on the highway? You know what I mean? Like, you know you're really in West Virginia. You start seeing crazy stuff. So down there's a whole different story. People are different, the culture, you know, I can take a language sometimes too, you know, different things about it. So when I'm down there, you know, people ask me, do I ever feel left out? And like, no, hell no. Why the hell would I feel left out? I mean, I love where I'm from. You know what I mean? I grew up and went to high school there. It was always a good experience. But I did have some experiences that I could say like, yeah, I mean, that was a little bit of an awkward situation. I should have put myself into. An example of that, you know, down in southern West Virginia, like I said, completely different culture than here. You know, the education, the socioeconomics, but I mean, it has some beauty to it as well. But of course, I can recall a story, really funny story. My dad and me, we were coming back from our church, like our mosque. So we were coming back for from a prayer that morning. We were wearing like clothing up to here. I normally don't wear that type of clothing, so don't just think you'll see me walk around. So we were wearing like this white robe type thing. Just imagine the Jesus robe, right? Picture that in mind. So this was not a great idea. So my dad's into getting organic meat. Everyone knows someone like that. So my dad's like that too. He gets the organic. He wants to get the meat cut the right way. Goes to the butcher, makes sure it's cut the right way. Sorry to offend any vegans out there. So we went straight from the mosque to go get this goat that he wanted, and and we were wearing the clothing like that. And it didn't even come to our mind to go change our clothes and go get it. We're in Southern West Virginia. We're not in Chicago or LA or New York where everyone doesn't. You see so many people, you don't care how people dress. You're in a place where you gotta watch out a little bit how you dress. So anyways, we go straight from there, and then the first thing we go on this boony road into a farm to find this guy Donnie who sells a goat. Donnie the goat man. That was a contact with my dad's phone, was Donnie the goat man. And, so we go there to get the goat, but of course we get lost on the way because there's no official direction. GPS doesn't even know where the hell we are. You know what I mean? So thank you, Siri, you suck. And so we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Finally, we see a trailer. Giant, 6x12 Confederate flag, flying. And I'm just thinking in my head, bro, you and your family, did you not know that the U.S. became one country? The Union won the war. Why is this flag flying so high and so big at this point? You know what I mean? At least have a U.S. flag flying with it. No, you know that things have changed 160 years ago. Have you left the community yet? All right. Anyways, that part aside, my dad decides to get out of the car to go ask for directions. And I seriously, I don't feel comfortable about this. We're in my clothes. And he goes into the yard, and all of a sudden I just started looking around and I see these bear, big bear, dead, skinned out, hanging along a tethered line, and there's a good 4 or 5 bears just hanging. This guy just went and killed bears and was skinning them, and then I'm wasn't feeling good, it wasn't feeling easy, and then we walk around and all of a sudden we see this big guy, probably 6'5", huge beard, down to here, Duck Dynasty style, you know what I mean? Just down to here, and he has this machete in his hand, and he's cutting and skinning, I don't know what he's doing with a deer. He's just going through that. And then my dad asks, do you know where Donnie is? Donnie who sells a goat. And I'm about to pee my pants at this point. I'm just get the hell out of here. And the guy's yeah, that's Donnie. He's just go back 2 miles down the road and take a left. You'll be right there. It's just my good friend right there. And I was just he's just yeah, that's it. And then we just walk away. And I'm damn, dude, I just literally thought I was going to come here and get killed, but this guy just simply gave us directions and went away. So I thought to myself, I'm that's exactly why when we stereotype, we shouldn't. Turned out to be a nice guy. He actually told us the direction. So now we finally get to Donnie's farm, and Donnie's there, and he's a good guy, gives us a go. Here I am in this guy's farm with this awkward white dress, and all these goats just standing around me, and I'm just playing around, just whatever, this is interesting. My dad's talking to Donnie. All of a sudden, there's a neighbor's child comes out, and he's with his dad, and I'm hearing him on my white robe, and he says, "Daddy, look, it's the shepherd from the Bible story." I was what? And then he's oh yeah, damn, that does look like the shepherd from that story. And he's yeah, I've been reading my son Bible stories the last few nights, and he just thought you looked like the shepherd from it. I'm well, thanks, man. You think I look like a shepherd from the Bible? That's a compliment. At least you didn't think I was a Taliban or something. That's actually a good thing. And then that's actually one thing that made me consider going to pediatrics, because kids can see anything. They don't see, they see past the barriers right there. They just see what's in their mind. They're not going to, stereotype in a negative way. So then that was, we got our goat. That was the end of that story. It was, good goat. Sorry. Seasoned up right now. then I recall another strange story. I have an uncle, and he's straight. My family's from Pakistan, actually. And my uncle, he's also straight from Pakistan. And like I said, when I tell people, ask me where I'm from, I say Beckley. I don't tell them Pakistan. You know what I mean? So like, but he's straight up from Pakistan. He can't say he's from Beckley. So he comes to visit. And this dude, I love my uncle dearly, but he doesn't want, he's wearing traditional clothing, beard. He doesn't change anything from the airport there to here. He doesn't change a single thing. And like, it's good enough, fine, be who you want to be, but you know, when you're there, you still gotta like, okay, watch out, like I have to go to the grocery store with them, like, uncle, please stay in the car. I'll just give him an excuse, like, I don't wanna, like, if I have to go to a gas station or something, I'm like, just stay in the car, I'll be right back. Yeah, so, anyways, so one morning, he came to visit, so one morning I woke up, and this was a really weird experience. I just came back from college, and I'm sleeping on the couch, and then all of a sudden he wakes me up like 5:30 in the morning. And I was like, what the hell is he waking me up for? Like, he just wakes me up, like, he speaks another language, and he just started telling me, wake up, come outside. And he starts saying, police, 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 police. And I was like, okay. Go outside, and there's like 3 police officers in my door. I'm like, what's going on? And like, I open the door, I say, excuse me, officer, is there anything wrong? And like, he says, yeah, like, you know, he's like, you have 2 dogs, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, they just got off the leash, and they're in the neighbor's yard, like, barking their cat or something like that. Really confusing. Like, we tied them up last night, but then like, I go out and I look, and the dogs are not there, and I just hear a bunch of barking. Just this shit, something's wrong. So I go back there, and then I'm hoping my uncle doesn't follow me because he's wearing the clothes and everything. Really big, beefy looking white cops. You know what I mean? I'm just like, nah. So anyways, you go back there and you see this dog barking. I'm like, have to get control of my dog, and all of a sudden, you know, cops talking to me. He's like, all right, that's fine, just like get him back on the leash. You know, I'm not gonna make a deal out of this. And all right, so I was doing that. As I was talking to him, and then like my uncle comes up to the cop and starts saying like T T T T, and the cop said, what does he want? And I was like, he wants to know if you can drink a cup of tea. He's like, no, I'm fine. And I just keep talking to the cop and just explaining something, and you know, he's on his walkie-talkie, and he said, my uncle comes and says, cookie, 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 cookie. And then like the cop said, what does he want? I said, he wants to know if you want to eat like a cookie or like breakfast. And I keep talking to the cop and just like saying something, and then my uncle comes back and is like, coffee, 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 coffee. And the cop's like, what does he want? I'm just like, it's just a cultural thing. He wants to know if you want to drink something. He's like, no, I'm fine. I tell him to go away. So I deal with the cop, and meanwhile, all of a sudden, get the dogs back on the leash. As we're leaving, my mom has these chickens. And I keep going back to poultry. I don't know what it is. So my mom has these pet chickens. And, you know, we live in city limits, but she just like has them walking on the backyard. So I'm coming through, this cop comes, and I just see this chicken like cock-a-doodle-doing to the yard. And then the cop just like looks at me and is like, where y'all from? And I was just like, Beckley, West Virginia. And he was just like, okay. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna let this slide. But he's like, I've never seen something this crazy before. He like walks away. I just told him I'm a college student. He's like, all right, I'll let you go. Forget this. That's a crazy story, Mom. Well, I was just like, Uncle, please, like, just, you know, stuff like this can get us in trouble if you don't watch out. So, yeah. So you know, stereotyping has its own thing to it. We all do it at some point or another. But just to make sure we all know, you know, it's human nature, and it can be funny sometimes if you're around the right people, but also you can offend people too. But I mean, I don't care personally. I don't give a shit to anyone. Yeah, just be my buddy. I don't really care. You can make it as good as you want. So, but I mean, just, you know, just watch it how you go. Just know that, like, you know, everyone's a human being. Everyone's a normal person. People might do things differently than you. You just gotta understand it and, you know, keep that in your mind and know how the world works. But I appreciate you guys and all your time and everything like that. Thank you for coming out here. Keep it fresh and alive.